Howdy, y'all. It is the George or Binks, or Jordan, or the Dreadful DM, whatever the hell you want to call me at this point. I have no clue. So, he has another addition to my series, the Diaries of a Dreadful DM, or whatever have you. Plug, insert. This is sponsored by everyone and no one, so there's that too. Nah. So, today I've been pondering my orb a little bit and thinking about how the hell this campaign's coming along. Today's my thoughts are going to be kind of scattered. There's no like one straight train of thought that I want to talk about, no particular subject, but it's coming along. There's been ups and downs for this new arc of the campaign, mostly because I've been trying some new things. Some things have worked, some things haven't, and it's mostly just trying to figure out how to make it all work per se, because it's interesting in the fact that the group is very much in a way of not wanting a sandbox type of thing. Or not like really conducive to a sandbox type of environment. Because when I say sandbox, I'm not being like, here's a whole open world, try to figure out something. But it's like more, not as, I guess, railroady. I try to like loosen the reins a little bit, see what they can do. But in this past couple sessions, I feel like it's led to more confusion than anything. Because it's not like, hey, we have these particular places to go, let's go check them out and then go from there. It's more like, hey, how about we talk to some of the people, let's see what they can get, what information they can give us, let's see if they tell us about something hidden, something secret, some special place that we're not privy to. But from going for something like that requires the group to like not antagonistically talk to the citizens of the town or something like that, or to not like be automatically, I guess, shut off to the idea of like wanting to go over there and talk with someone. So yeah, that's mostly the main issue. It's not an issue of like, oh, I've made this singular NPC that tells them where to go. It's more like, hey, asking just the people around you the right questions and something like that, just talking to someone and being like, hey, you know anything cool place? You know anything where a man can get, a drink per se, or something like that? Trying to, get some like simple information like that. But this group is very, I want to say antisocial, but a little more, reserved, a little more quiet. So asking them to like go talk to a bunch of people and try to figure out something or something along those lines is going to be a bit difficult. So that's why I was more thinking, like, how about we do like kind of what I did last time, more in the first arc of the campaign, where it's more, hey, I obviously lay out like 2, like 3, maybe even 4 places that are like, places of interest, and being like, hey, you guys can choose which place to go, and then just talk to the people there, and try to figure out there, and having it develop in that type of way, because I don't think the biggest on the kind of detective work of like, hey, let's talk to some people around the environment, let's talk to this guy, see this, and then when it does happen like that, it very quickly goes downhill. I've noticed when it comes to how they interact with people. It's either very automatically antagonistically very hostile and like, oh my god, this is just like some random guy, why are we so like on him, and other times it's like, oh, things start getting rolling, but then something else big happens. So like whatever nice little conversation that I was having there where I could have developed, given some information, it goes like right out the window. Like funny thing that happened, I think I had said this in my last little entry, was Assassin was talking with someone that he identified in the bar that's kind of a bit interesting, doesn't really match the same old like kind of working individual, is much more, I guess, fancy in the type of term, someone of interest. And they were talking and they were getting somewhere, and then my fiance decided to bring in a goddamn horse. So it's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And then that just kind of put a pause in everything, kind of stopped the whole conversation to go and fix that, and that conversation kind of ended and couldn't really pick up again. So it was a bit rough. And it was like, and in this last session we just had yesterday, it was kind of the same thing with, trying to talk to someone. Maybe it was trying to talk to some drunk guy, like at the top of a bell tower, the kind of bell tower operator or something, has been probably drinking since he was like 14 and hasn't seen a sober day in years. But he's lived like that, so that's the way. And, something happened in like the town square, like they got jumped by a bunch of basically werewolves, and that were kind of activated and planted there they were activated through some like magical words essentially. Like there was some enchantment stuff going on, and yeah, in the town square there's a bell tower that looks over it, and would have been a pretty clear view. So it's like, oh, so if someone were to plan all this stuff, the bell tower operator probably would have seen it. Come to find out, this guy Wilbur is a fucking drunkard, and not really in the best state of mind. All you can really do is ring bells when he's told. But you never know what information you can get out of him and what else he could have seen. But that was put to the end because my fiance once again was like, you know what? Again, we must stop drinking. We must get out of here. And then kind of puts a whole halt on that, and it put the guy in a bad mood because he was basically like carried down like a child, and no one wants that to happen. So realistically, it's like, oh, okay, so this guy's gonna be kind of mad at you. So I was like, ugh. So yeah, it's basically I'm trying my best to like let them experience and explore and come to their own terms of things and trying to figure out some things. But at the same time, I do want the story to progress because I don't want to be hung up in one place at the entire time when they try to figure out something when in reality there's not too much there and they're trying to like get water from a stone, and it's a bit difficult to that. And this last session, the one that happened the day prior to me filming this yesterday, but I don't know, not sure when whoever is watching this, the past session, this last session was complete. It was scuffed. It was completely scuffed. We had to wait like over an hour, like an hour and a half to start session because when the person was being a little bit, going to run a little bit late, a little bit, but a whole hour and a half was going to run late. So then we had to start a little bit later, and then the story was progressing. They were doing some detective work, and then it kind of had to take a decent halt because the same person had to go on off and do something with his family really quick. Something happened, and he had to go help out with something. So in the meantime, I didn't just want to pause the whole thing. I was like, okay, two of the other three places are here. We can explore this place we're in, and then it was supposed to be kind of a small little thing, like, hey, maybe you find something that helps the journey. Maybe you find this. Maybe you find that, and I ended up going for another like 30 minutes just there, just exploring each individual room and them screaming like, I have a passive investigation of 20. It's like, yeah, brother, but there's nothing here, nothing of note. It's like it's a doctor's office they were in essentially. Like you can find some Q-tips, cool, type of thing. But yeah, this last session was completely scuffed, and it was there was some good parts, but at the same time, it was like. That was the kind of the session I figured out. I was like, yeah, it's mostly like, hey, I'll give them like 3 or 4 clear options of places to go, and they choose which one they want to interact with and where they want to go and how they want to deal with things, because trying to get this group to be like, hey, let's talk to like some of the civilians and not like in a very automatic, like openly hostile way, and try to get some information out, or like, hey, asking simple questions like, hey, do you know where someone might get a drink, or what this might happen, or just trying to see, like, trying to parse through a little bit, like, hey, what's a place where shit happens that might could be places of interest for them. But not really too into all that, so it's mostly like, okay, let me just give them some options and let's figure out from there. So yeah, it was a better session than last time, but it really scuffed still, so that was kind of rough, and that sucks. So that's not fun. But I'm slowly getting there. It's funny, like I have so much material written, but I'm pretty sure we're not gonna get through like even half of it. So like I have so many more NPCs, so many characters, so many like events that could possibly happen. But now I'm just here kind of waiting, like, okay, hopefully this is where it's going to come up. This is where it's going to come up, but it's not going to. So I was like, oof, okay, maybe I can repurpose it later on down the road, different faces, different names, different situation or something like that. So yeah, and there's just like so much to do. There's so much in just in this city that I want to get to, but at the same time I don't want to be like, okay, you guys go here and you guys go here. Like I don't want to like once again, collaborative storytelling. This is something we're supposed to be working together and not just specifically like, hey, you're gonna follow my story and my story to a T, because who wants to fucking like watch that or play that? That's like not fun. So yeah, that's the big thing I kind of want to avoid in this campaign. Like this is like the first time making for 2 of the players, so I want to give them experience that's good. It's not gonna be the greatest, I'm not gonna be like Brendan Lee Milligan or anything like that. I'm not gonna be out here doing some insane stuff, some fucking mind-bending twist or having insane, like, deep, passionate dialogue about, like, society and how the government is controlling us or something, you know. It's mostly just like, it's supposed to be a detective noir type of thing, you know. It's kind of a little bit of steampunk in there, a little bit of like eldritch horror, a little bit of this like grotesque macabre type of thing. And it's like, you know, it's like I just explain it. Oh yeah, just detective noir, and then I add some more. Then I add more, then more, then more, and then I'm getting to this point. So that's pretty fun. But yeah, I just trying to find a good balance between what everybody wants. Because I feel like some of the players, they want to be like more of like, oh, kind of the hero type of guy, kind of like, yeah, I'm going to go off by myself and do some cool shit. But at the same time, D&D is very much like a team player thing, you know. So let's like come for a team and like let's try to, you know, get everyone to have a cool moment or feel like, hey, we're doing stuff. It's not just me waiting for this guy to do something and trying to pick up after him or something. So yeah, trying to figure that all out. But it's interesting, it's fun, it's kind of daunting a little bit, but I'm having a lot of fun writing, making like the, you know, Spotify playlist so I can play on Owlbear Rodeo. I think that's the one I use, Owlbear Rodeo, because I could probably use Foundry, like I talked about this last time. I could probably use Foundry and other people will probably be fine with that, but honestly that might be even better because I've played with Foundry as a player, not as a DM, so maybe it's more stressful in that fact. But yeah, it's mostly just trying to figure it out, and this like road bumps and like hiccups, like when it comes to planning, and you know, everyone's life, something happens with life, and you know, some things get pushed off. D&D gets pushed off a little bit because, you know, someone's like, oh, I'm not at home yet, so I have to wait an hour or something. So yeah, but yeah, so that was just what I say. There's no like straight like, you know, plot thread for this, like my yap session for today, but then I just dropped this whole thing. So that is one that's interesting, kind of weird, kind of fun. But yeah, that was one of the talkings, but this is just plenty of things I can yap about and talk about. It's mostly just fixing that. It's also I'm just pondering my orb, brother. I'm just yapping. One of my players, Assassin, I kind of mentioned him a little bit earlier. He unironically just listened to this in the background apparently, so that's pretty fucking funny. And he's like, dude, put some like, he's like, yeah, just put some like music in the background, some lo-fi, you know, chill beats. I'm like, oh yeah, then I could put Subway Surfers in the top left, you know, fucking Temple Run in the bottom right, some soap cutting on the bottom left. So you know that he has ADHD. I know he does. He's undiagnosed. I know for a fact. But yeah, so I'll probably add some stuff like that. Yeah, so this session was kind of interesting, and I kind of now have an idea where to go, what I want to do, and what I want to say, and how I'm going to organize things now. So that's good. Despite all the hiccups, at least I have that thing going for me now. So now I can like get this moving, you know, a little bit. I can start doing this. I can start doing that. So that's nice. That is fun. So I'm happy about that. And for other things, I don't know. It's mostly just now I'm just kind of vibing and chilling with it. So I'm kind of getting more in the groove. So, like after the session, I was a little disappointed. I was like, there's so much more I wanted to do, so much this, so much that. But, you know, things happen, and we can only, you know, gotta roll with the punches. We can only do so much with the time we're given and the, you know, this situation we're thrown at. But yeah, there's like a lot of little things in the session, like, this about this or that. But ultimately, that's how the players play. I can complain about that, but hey, that's how they act and play, and that's what they want to do. It's like, you know what? Who am I to stop them? Let me try to roll with the punches and try to introduce some more stuff. And the same kind of vein of that. But yeah, I'm just yapping now. It's just kind of like a what was that? I almost said some gross stuff, but I was like, not word salad. I'm losing my mind now. Just vomiting, you know, words now, and just like there's no particular thought or destination I want to reach because, you know, I'm just yapping now. I'm not sure how long I want to make these like diaries. I know the last one I made was like 30 minutes long or something like that. That was player 90 because I had so much to talk about and I was like really angry with myself and such. But now this one is like more chill. I guess could touch on other subjects outside of D&D. Like I know. Yeah, I become a news fucking podcast or something. So, well, actually, in politics today, no, it's like, what is that? I want to say one thing. The more I write and play D&D, the more I get and doing stuff like get more active in other things, like going to play Magic at my LGS. I'm using the terminology now. I'm using the lingo. Aren't I cool? Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize, but. uh yeah, the more I do stuff and get more active, the more I find it easier to do something like this with recording. I feel like when I first started recording videos of me just doing stuff, playing games or whatever, it was a lot more like, hi, just trying to be silent, I'm just here, I'm just like, hi, hello. But now I'm just like, yo, fucking gooning time, baby, or something, you know. So yeah, that's one thing that's very helpful. I feel like I'm becoming more, I guess, well-rounded. I'm not just so introverted anymore. I feel like I'm outgoing, more talking, more doing this, more wanting to, explore a little bit in the city I'm in. Oh, speaking about the city I'm in, I live in Austin, and school starting up again for UT, and that's it's interesting because this like summer was nice. The traffic has sucked though, because here in Texas they're doing like a major renovation for the highways, and it's interstate highway thing. I forget what it was called, like Freedom Highway or something like that. This whole initiative project, but there's been so much construction and stuff, but it's been okay because it's been the summer, so there's a little bit less traffic. But now since school's starting up again and the huge crowd is coming in, so much more people are here, and it's like, isn't that fun? Isn't that exciting? Isn't that nice? So, and dealing with people. And another exciting thing, I'm pretty close to quitting my second job. I'm finally my first job, my main job. I'm finally making enough money. I'm comfortable there where I don't need to work two jobs anymore. And now I can get the weekends off completely. I'm no longer like working 48, 50-hour weeks. And there's probably some people out there that's like, man, I work 60 hours a week. I work 80 hours a week. You fucking liberal. You got soft hands now, don't you? I was like, dude, I just want like Saturday, Sunday off, man. That's all I want. That's all I'm asking. Maybe that is a lot asking for. I'm not sure. Maybe I am spoiled for just wanting 2 days off or something, but man, I don't like. I'm here working a job that I actually, really like, that's related to the field I studied for in physics, and really enjoying. And then on Saturdays I work at like a pizza shop because I just from extra money, extra cash to have in hand. But at that point, I'm like, I'm working so much and I don't have time to do other things like to play as Magic as much, or to make these videos, or to like, interact with people, that I'm just kind of like so burnt out. Like, I'm burnt out just most of the time of just trying to get through the whole week, that I don't have time for like the fun things that I'm going to do, prepping for D&D, playing games, talking with friends, going and playing Magic, all these type of things, and I'm just like not enjoying it. So it's like now I'm making enough money to support from this one job to support myself and my fiance. She is working too, but it's been rough still, but economy and such. But besides that point, I can finally do my own things and talk about that, and not talk about it, and like enjoy that. So that's been nice. So starting next week, I'm gonna have weekends off, so that's great. I can finally relax and do my own things and kind of just vibe and chill, and I'm very, very happy about that. So yeah, that's pretty fun. I'm glad, I'm excited. Probably for next session, I kind of have some ideas. Of course, I'm not going to say them right now because my players, listen to this, so I'm not going to be like, "Hey guys, you guys are going to get in a fight with 5 fucking Tarrasques." I don't know, those big old worm things in D&D. But yeah. And what else could I talk about at this point? I'm pretty happy about that, having more free time, and kind of sucks that there's more people in the city because there's gonna be more traffic and such. But c'est la vie, such is life. But c'est la vie, if you want to be, you didn't say it. I'm French. But yeah, imagine being French, dude. Oh god, you really rolled a bad die there. You got like a nat 1 on life. God, prayers up to all my French homies out there. I hope you're doing okay. I don't know why I'm just digging on the French right now, but yeah, it's been pretty fun. Like even right now, I'm just yapping, I'm talking. I feel a lot more relaxed when doing this. I no longer feel like nervous. Like, oh, I just want to make sure I don't sound dumb. Like I want to flub my words. I'm gonna sound dumb sometimes. There's gonna be moments where I have brain farts. Like in one of my first, the first little entry I did to this, video series, I said like Mayor's Town Hole or something like that, and fucking Assassin has been on my ass about it. He's like, yeah, the Mayor's Town Hole, yeah, you want to be in a hole? It was like, this fucking dude, this jackass. So that's Yeah, and now I feel more fine with it. I feel like it's easier. I've been reading a lot more. I've been reading Don Quixote. I mentioned that a couple times, and not mentioned I've been reading, but I kind of made reference to Don Quixote and such in the past couple entries I've made, and I've been reading it. I'm like 2/5 of the book, roughly. It's been a fun time. They just gain their ass beat over and over again, which is fun. Yeah, this has now become a book review. Welcome to Book Talk, people. So I was about to say some insane stuff, like yeah, but Talk's insane. I don't know how people actively like watch that and stuff and interact with it, but yeah. So yeah, but having a good time, Things are looking better. I'm finally get to relax a little bit. I'm enjoying my job. Enjoying D&D, even though it's quite could be stressful and trying to figure stuff out. But I think I honed in on what my players want, and not players want, how my players best act and not act, but best what the best suited for, what kind of environment and kind of gameplay the best suited for. A more like not so open world, but a little more restricted. You know, in between, like it's not like a first person shooter that's just a linear level, but it's not a jassive. What the? A massive. Yeah, I'm talking about my Japan world. Yeah, dude. Golly, dude. I am losing the plot. After 21 minutes of talking, I am, yeah, my brain is like, yo, brother, cut it off, twin. Dude, get off. Did I just say twin unironically? Golly, I need to, you know what? I'm going to go read a book right now. I'm going to church, actually. It's Sunday. I'm going to talk to the Lord above. And, you know, he strikes me down because I gooned one too many times or something. I don't know. But, yeah. What was I saying before I just say jassive? I don't even remember. But, yeah. Instead of a massive open world, like, you know, it's an MMORPG. You know, actually, we're going to play World of Warcraft. We're actually doing that now. No. So, just more of a restricted environment, a little more controlled, having just like, hey, you have the illusion of option maybe type of thing, but it's like, hey, 4 places that seem really interesting. Yeah, you know, you guys could go in and explore and investigate. Of course, I'm not going to just say that, but it's more like, yo, my NPC character Nephris, who kind of guides them, like, hey, we got some places, I've got to talk to this guy, there's some things over here, this place and this place, and I already know what kind of the team already is going to start next session, kind of exploring the city streets while the town is on curfew. So I already know one place we can start off there. That's going to be pretty fun. It's going to be pretty great. I'm pretty excited, and I'm going to have a fun time writing it and trying to get everything done. I have so much material still left over from the last like 2 sessions that I could probably just combine it all to this next session and have a good old fun time. But yeah, not too much else I want to talk about. Oh wait, there's magic stuff. I mean, I do play magic. Universes Beyond, Spider-Man is coming out in a month, I think. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be hell. I'm not excited for Spider-Man at all. It's not even like not standard legal. I don't play standard too much outside of Arena, but like still, it's not standard legal. It's a very small set. The cards kind of seem meh, so it's like this whatever. And then we have Avatar, which at first I was kind of excited for. Like, hey, I like Avatar. I like, you know, I watched the show. I had a very good time enjoying it. One of the best shows I've seen. And then, you know, it's $300 just to get one like booster pack or something, collect a booster pack. It's like, oh, I think I'm okay. And yeah, I think I'm okay. I think I don't need to do that. So that's fun. I might go to the pre-release for that, but that's like the most I'll do because I'm not spending that much money on that. That's insane, and that is way too much for me. And like I can live comfortable. I can work with one job, but I'm not like at a point where I can just start tossing money all around. So, yeah. But yeah, now for the that was the you know, unnecessary magic talk. But this must be a D&D thing. But here I'm not talking about, yo, I play cards. You guys don't understand. I have an Eldrazi commander deck. No, I don't have any friends. How'd you know? But yeah. But sorry, that was a dumb one. I apologize. But yeah, that's probably where I just ended off there. 24 minutes. Hey, that's pretty good. 24 minutes of just straight yapping, dude. That's my specialty. There's like a lot more I can yap about, but there's like more getting into like the sessions and like my planning. But I kind of already went over my kind of plan stuff. I could probably update that now that it's changed already so much for this next campaign. Not that campaign, but next like arc. I probably go over it again and be like, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm now organizing things. I kind of just spit it out like kind of a, you know, in word vomit right now. But yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. Hopefully my voice is okay. Hopefully it's loud enough. Hopefully you can hear it just fine. And hopefully I'm more confident in the way I'm talking. I'm no longer being like, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, what is this? There's also that. But yeah, now I'm just like, what's up? We're going to fucking eat some ass today, brother. And I'm all out of ass. So but that doesn't make sense. Okay. But whatever. You know what I mean. I'm just straight talking, yapping. 25 minutes. Got you, fucking nerd. That's all I wanted. What, dude? Man, I can't talk. I'm sorry. No wonder why no one loves me. But besides that, I hope y'all doing okay. Yeah. But I hope y'all doing fine. Whoever's listening to this, I hope my players are doing okay, and I hope they're only rolling that once for this next session because that'd be really funny. And besides that, yeah. Make sure to drink water. Take a walk every once in a while. It helps. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. You guys have a good day. See ya.